Hopefully you had enough time to practice some of those problems. We're going to go ahead and walk you through a few of them. Number one, angle 1. Let's go ahead and write this the way we're kind of supposed to and the way we're going to see this. The measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 180 degrees. So these are supplementary. Supplementary angles. Okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at number 2. Okay, these are going to be 90-degree angles, 2 and 1, so these are complementary. And with number 3, because we don't have a straight angle here at the bottom, we can tell that angle 1 and 2 are going to be neither. They're going to neither add up to 180 or 90 degrees. Number 4 says identify each pair of angles as complementary, supplementary, or neither. Now, angle 1 and 2 here on number 4 are vertical angles, but with the information given, we don't know if they're going to add up to 90 or 180 degrees, so they are neither. With number 5, we simply have to add 126 to 54 to see what we get. And we do get 180, so these are supplementary angles. Finally, number 6, if I add together 49 and 41 to see what we get 90, so that makes these complementary. Complementary. Okay. Number 7, simply add 20 and 160. These are supplementary angles. Just going to abbreviate here. Sup for supplemental. Number 8, these are again vertical angles, but we can see that 49 and 49 doesn't equal 90 or 180. It actually equals 98 degrees. So these are neither complementary or supplementary. And finally, with number 9, we add 58 and 32, and we get 90. So these are complementary, and I'll just go ahead and abbreviate comp for complementary. Okay, now moving on to our algebra problems. Number 10, remember that 3x and 18 together are going to make up one straight angle, and straight angles are 180 degrees. So that's how our problem is going to be built there. Let's go ahead and also build number 11 so that we can see the concept of how we're creating these problems. Number 11, we've got x plus 3 for one of my expressions, plus 49 degrees. And again, because they make a straight angle, we're going to put that all together to make 180 degrees. And finally, with number 12, we can see that we've got a right angle here measuring 90 degrees, and that the two angles inside of it are 42 and 4x. So 42 plus 4x equals 90. That will allow us to solve for x. Now let's go ahead and solve these problems. Get my toolbar here. All right, let's go ahead and start with the first one. Now once again, I like to draw a line down the middle of the problem to remind myself to take away the same amounts from both sides. I'm going to start by taking away the addition or subtraction. So here I'm going to take away 18 from each side. Going to end up with 3x equals 162. And from here, I'm going to divide 162 by 3 on both sides. So divide both sides by 3, and you should get your answer, 54. So x, the value of x here is 54. And once again, remember, you can check your answer by plugging in 54 for this x and multiplying it by 3, and then making sure that that sum and 18 add up to make 180 degrees, and they should. Let's move on to number 11. Now here, with this one, I've actually got to simplify something first. I've got to put the 3 and the 49 together here before I really can solve this problem. So I've got x plus 52 equals 180. Now the good thing is that the rest of this problem is pretty easy. I'm going to take 52 away from both sides, and then I'll have my answer. So 180 minus 52 is going to give us 128, and that's the value of x in this problem. And then with number 12, here we're going to take 42 away from each side first. That's going to leave us with 4x equals, and the value of 90 minus 42 is going to give us, what's that going to give us? $48. If I can fit it in there. There we go. All right, so from here I'm just going to divide both sides by 4 to break that. I want to break that x apart so that I see that x equals 12. So 54, 128, and 12 for our answers. And again, don't get discouraged if these algebra problems are giving you a lot of problems. At this point, make sure that you can set them up. What we did when I first started these problems, make sure you can set them up. We will get much better at solving the algebra problems. But setting them up is the key, very important part at this point. Okay, let's just go ahead and work a few more of these problems out. With number 13, we've got 2x plus 86 equals 180. Okay, for number 14, we've got 3x plus 117 equals 180 as well. And for number 15, we've got 8x plus 66 equals 90 this time, because that's a 90-degree angle. So go ahead and get those written down. And I want you to really kind of maybe practice a little of these on your own, and we can work on them more tomorrow or when I get back. So if you need to pause this to finish getting it down, that's fine. Let me go ahead and give you the equations for the last 3 problems, and then you can work on these on your own. For number 16, we're going to take x minus 5 and add 22 to give us our straight angle of 180. Now you got to be careful with this one because 22 and the minus 5 do need to be put together. So be careful with that one. Now number 17, we know that 2x, we know what that angle equals, because if this is a straight angle and this is 90 degrees, then this also has to be 90 degrees. So if we simply set it up as 2x equals 90, we'll be able to solve that in one pretty quick step. And then finally with number 18, 3x plus 57 equals 90. Okay, since we have a 90-degree angle there. So go ahead and make sure you have these problems written down. You can work with someone maybe to get them solved. And we'll work on these more when I get back.